The finals is dying. Well, not exactly dying, but apart from a few peaks during a new season launch, the player base is mostly stuck around the 20k mark. So, despite being the best FPS right now, why is no one playing the finals? Well, the answer to that is the finals is the most refined form of a FPS game, and people just don't like it. Let me explain. Whenever the term FPS is used, the first things that comes to mind are the Call of Duty campaigns. For most of us, that was the first introduction to FPS that we got. Then came the Counter-Strike era. You may have never played it, but you have definitely heard the name Shroud. No matter the situation, if Shroud is alive, the round is not lost yet. He has shown us some insane 3v1s, 4v1s, or even 5v1s. He proved that even a single player can turn the tides of a match, even at the highest level of the game. But can you guess what does Call of Duty campaigns and Shroud being an absolute demon have in common? Well, it's you, the player. When you play Call of Duty, you are the one who completes the missions. When you play a game after watching Shroud, you have the confidence of clicking heads and wiping the entire enemy team. And the games allows you to do this. In games like CS or Valorant, the enemy can be killed using one headshot, and players mostly run guns like AKM or the Vandal. Even if these are team games, if a player is mechanically gifted, he can tear the enemy team apart. This makes all the hour that you put into these games worth it. But here's where the finals takes your one-man army complex and throw it in the bin. The finals needs you to play as a team. You can headshot people? Well, enemies don't die from one bullet. You remember lineups? Well, the entire map can be destroyed. I've said it before, the finals is not a fair game. You would rarely find an equal 1v1. Also, playing the game solo gives you a disadvantage unlike any other game. The solo gunslinger attitude that we have from games like Valorant, CS just doesn't work here. Now, before we go any further, let me make something extremely clear. I'm not saying that Valorant CS are not team games, but rather the team nature of the game are not as imposed as they are in the finals. You could be as cracked as they come, but still lose the fights against a moderately good team with decent enough communication. The only games that are comparable to the finals are mainly battle royales. Games like Apex, Fortnite, or PUBG have the element of team fights and third parties. But the finals takes it a step further by removing the comfort elements of those games. Each class has different HP, none of them have quick self-healing abilities, and in no way the game can be stale at any moment. What I mean by that is, in battle royale games, players can just hide in buildings, and when it comes to the last circle, the game can even be drawn into a healing battle. But in the finals, there's always a team looking to steal a cash box. The chaos never stops in the finals. Now after all this, you might just say, get good. But that's another problem the finals have. Remember in the beginning I said that the play base is mostly stuck around that 20k mark? Let me just say this. These people, they are not casuals. Let me share something that is happening to me. From the last couple of days, every game that I've played, every game in every mode that I've played was against a stack. Whether it's Power Shift, whether it's TDM, whether it's World Tour. And I don't think we need to talk about rank. I'm always against at least a 3-stack team. Does this makes the game difficult? Yes, but does it bother me or the concurrent 20k players? I guess not. During a game, we need to focus what the enemy is doing. If there is a sniper, we should go and break the crane. If the enemy likes to bunker down on the platform setting up turrets and gadget, maybe switch to data reshaper. We need to change our loadout to counter whatever the enemy is doing, which requires focus and attention. Is it fun for the other 20k players? Yes, but is it fun for someone who just came home from his job and want to spend some chill time with his friends? I guess not. And Season 8 just proved my theory. A limited time mode head to head became a permanent one. Why, you may ask? Well, it's 3v3, so you kinda get your 1v1s. There's only 2 teams, so there's no scope for a third party. The chaos is also a bit dialed down. Both core and casual players loved this mode. As there was a solid player base for this mode, you were fewer times against a 3-stack party, which made the experience even better. But all these are the things that the finals tries not to be. Why fight fair if my heavy can winch you and I can stab you in the back? Why follow a plan when you can embrace the chaos and adapt to it? Why fight a team who are obviously better than me when I can just wait for a moment to third party them? The unfair nature of the game is what makes the finals so exciting. But due to these reasons, we genuinely have some problematic elements in the game, like griefing. Suppose the maximum point the top team can get is 1500 and the second team gets around 1000. Right now, all those points are decided only at the end, which is why the best team sometimes helps the weakest one eliminate the second best team. The team does this to get an easier final fight and securing their 1500 points. Now that was the problem, but here's how you can solve griefing from the finals. Instead of giving all the points at the end, split them across every stage. Make the total 1500 points divided into 3 parts. 500 points for winning round 1, 500 points for winning round 2, 500 points for the finals. The second place team in each round can get half of that, like 250 points each round. Now a team that wins all 3 rounds still gets 1500 total, and the consistent second place team ends up with around 1000 points. Same balance but way fairer. Problem was there was no incentive for the first place team to stay first. This system gives the team a reason to stay on the top every round. No more griefing, just pure finals chaos. Now, the finals is a game that is literally suffering from success. It needs you to ditch your old habits of playing as a lone wolf and rather play as a team. Now, this is a barrier that those new and casual players need to overcome. Sometimes they can and they join the group of 20k chaos goblins, but most of the time they couldn't and they miss out on the best FPS game out there. Now I don't want the devs to do anything to the main game actually, because it's perfect. Chaos is love. They can follow the same path as Fortnite did by introducing a no build mode. And we know that this dialing down is entirely possible. We have the head-to-head mode to prove it. And I genuinely believe that the devs at Embark are more than capable of bringing a banger of a mode. So just let them cook. Now this video was different from the tutorials I make. It was more like a rant at this point. So I would love to hear whatever your thoughts are on these problems or the griefing, whatever you think of the video. Please let me know in the comments below. But you know what I don't love is the fact that literally 0% of you guys watching are subscribed. So please subscribe. Come on.